a simpler version than what we have already on YouTube. So I decided to make this video to show the person how to prepare pepper soup, okra soup. This is a very simple version. You can see my ingredients. I have okra, I have beef, crayfish, Njansang, I have tomato, onion, celery, parsley, green onions, pepper, Maggi cube for tasting, like seasoning. We have garlic and ginger. These are my basic ingredients I use for pepper soup, okra soup. Then Njansang is the nuts kind of like ingredient in there. We're gonna blend that, and the garlic and ginger we're gonna blend. So it's a very easy form. When you come back from work, you don't want to do the longer version of okra with vegetable. You can do this pepper soup style, which is just simple plain okra. This is gonna be a small quantity, so you can see the okra is not a lot. So follow me as I show you. The first thing you want to do is to prep your ingredients. We need to blend the okra, we need to slice the tomato, we have to prep everything, cook your meat. So first things first, prep your ingredients. The first thing to do here is to prepare your meat. You can see I have some salt in here, I have my beef, onion, and some seasoning. So I'm just gonna cook this until it's ready, and then I'll show you the next steps. Stay tuned. So I have prepped all the ingredients. As you can see our okra is grind. Here I have lots of onion in here, like half of the large onion. I put everything in there. This soup needs to have lots of onion. Then you can see I have some sliced onion here, celery, parsley, green onions, and I'll slice here. I have hot pepper cubes for taste. This is my Njansang. I have grind it, and I've put soak water there, put water to soak. They say this is Njansang, don't put too much, I just want the flavor. I have my tomato ready to go. This is garlic and ginger grind with some pepper in here, so it can give a good smell of the pepper. Then I have crayfish. So you can see everything is prepped. So the beef is boiling. I need to boil this beef because I need the stock to cook the soup. It's a pepper soup okra, it needs the stock. So I'm not just gonna cook the beef like that. My intention is to cook it to be ready, extract the stock, and keep to use for the soup. Then I'm gonna saute my meat. Remember, I love to treat my meat before I put in food. I don't just like to throw boiled meat like that in food. I'm gonna saute this meat with a little bit of seasoning and some white pepper, so it can taste after it is cooked, so our beef will taste well in the okra. And we'll season it and keep at the side. We'll cook the okra, then we can use the stock to cook the soup, the okra soup, because it's a pepper soup okra soup. Then we'll put the meat last. The meat is almost ready. We're just gonna give it a cover to cook the meat well, then we can continue. Let's check our beef. It smells good. I think it's ready. Our beef is ready. I'll go ahead and separate the beef from the water, from the stock, and I'm gonna saute it. Then we can start cooking our soup. So you can see I have some vegetable oil in here, and I have my meat. So you don't need to put onion here because the meat was boiled with lots of onions. As you can see some patches of onions from the boiled meat. And remember, you've put some onions too while you were blending the okra, and now we still have onion that we have to put. So you don't need to put onion here. You just need to saute this meat, fry it a little bit to have that little bit of taste. I'm going to put some seasoning in here, beef seasoning in here, to give it that taste that we're talking about. Let's stir. You can see I have my stock here when I use it for the soup. It smells so good. Let's stir the beef, treat it. You can see my beef has normal slices, not too big. I'm gonna leave this. I'll give it a cover to cook and fry a little bit. Then we're gonna start frying our tomato. Check out our beef that has been treated. It tastes really good. The beef seasoning is just making it makes it taste really good, and the tenderness, it's so good. It's not too soft. It's just good because with this soup you want to be able to drag your meat and chew it and feel good about it. So some people can do smoked beef. You can smoke this on the grill and use it. That will be so perfect. But in cases where you don't have smoked beef, use this method. Treat your beef, treat it well so it can taste. So now our beef is ready, our ingredients are all ready. We're going to start cooking our pepper soup, okra soup. First thing, we're going to fry onions. This dish has a lot of onion, you can see. I'm going to put more heat. So we're going to cook this onion to bring out the flavor. I think the onion is ready right now. Next, I'll put tomato. Some people always believe that tomato will make your okra not to be draw. That is not true. It depends how you cook it. If you cook your okra too much, it's not gonna draw. So what you should do is to cook this tomato. This tomato will bring out the juice that will give a sweetness to your okra. That's very important to put tomato in okra. So that's why I put it. It's gonna bring a strange sweetness. That this tomato has juice that will bring out some sweetness. So just cook it for 10 minutes. Make sure it's not sour. This tomato is not sour, so I'm just gonna cook it for 10 minutes. Then we'll continue. Stay tuned. Our tomato has been frying for some time now. The next thing to put in here will be our pepper. I'm just gonna throw in the pepper like that. It's the pepper soup okra. I want to be able to control the heat of the soup. I don't want it to be too hot or else no one will eat it. So I just want to throw it there, and I'm gonna squeeze one at a time to make sure it's not too hot. See, this is cooking. I'm gonna give it the cover to cook this one more time. It's been cooking for 5 minutes, so we have 5 more minutes to go. Let us check our tomato. Ooh la la, tomato is ready. You see it looks dry. So each time you want to do any liquid in your soup, you can do the stock. So I'm going to put in some stock in here to cook it for 2 minutes again. Then I'm going to continue with the process. So I've put half of the quantity of stock I had there. You don't have to put all the stock, but most of it I'm going to use it because it's actually a pepper soup. So I'm going to give this a cover for 2 minutes to cook this pepper, and I'll continue. Oh la la, this is ready. See? You can see the tomato is ready. You can see the color. I'm going to squeeze one of the pepper. And I'll give it a try. It tastes so good. Now the next thing to put in here, I'm gonna put my garlic and ginger, half of it. Give it a try. Make sure it's not too much. I think we need more of the garlic and ginger. I'm gonna put my Njansang in here. And my crayfish to cook. See, put all your ingredients and cook them a little minutes, not too much. Just gonna give this a cover for 5 minutes so they can cook, and then we'll put our gumbo. I'm just gonna leave them to cook for 5 minutes. Then we'll put our okra in here. Smells so good. Pepper soup okra. I love the smell. Just gonna put the remaining stock. Give it a stir. Then I'm gonna put the remaining seasoning in here. Why am I doing this? Because the stock has some salt and some seasoning, so you want to put the stock first to make sure it tastes okay, or maybe it tastes short. If you put the stock, the seasoning and the salt taste balanced, you don't need to put more seasoning. But because I tasted it's not balanced, that's why I added more seasoning. You see, this is so beautiful. It tastes good. I'm gonna give this a cover for 5 minutes to cook well the Njansang and all the ingredients. Then I'll come back and I'll put in my okra, and I'll garnish it with all of this celery and parsley and green onion right there. Stay tuned. I think this is good. It tastes so good. Smells good. My kitchen is on fire, guys. It tastes so good. It smells good. The garlic, ginger, Njansang, pepper, crayfish, everything smells so good. Now it's time to put our okra. Our blended okra with lots of onion. Just put it in there. Give it a stir. Then I'm gonna do our beef, and I'm gonna garnish it with all the greeny celery, parsley. Let's give it a stir. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I love this. This is Pepersoup okra. See? I love it. Look at this. And just to remind you about the tomato, you see it's still draw. So tomato does not really stop an okra from drawing. This is really dry. Look at this. And there's tomato in here. It tastes really good. Now we're just gonna leave it open. Don't close the pot. We need it to stay fresh like this. It's gonna cook for 10-15 minutes to really cook the okra. Don't cook it too much. 10 minutes should be okay. It's not a big quantity. And our beef is already in here. You don't want it to be cooked a lot too. So look at this. 10 minutes and our Pepersoup okra soup will be ready. Ooh la la. Our okra soup is ready. Pepersoup okra soup. And you can go with fufu. You can go with gari. Last time in our episode I showed you how to prepare gari. You just need to boil water and cook it in the water. The same thing with fufu or pounded yam. It's the same way. You boil water, you just pour the powdered yam and cook. So in here we have lots of meat, and it's so spicy because it's Pepersoup okra soup. You can see there's no spinach in here, there's no vegetable in here, but I have the green onion and celery and parsley. But guess what? The Njansang smell and the crayfish is so good. This is a simpler version of okra soup. There are many versions of okra soup. As you keep watching my show, I'll show you different kinds of soup. There's another one they prepare with pumpkin seed that is so delicious as well. So this is ready. So I hope this helps you to reduce your time. If you come back, you don't have time to make the other version that is with turkey. You can do with beef. My beef tastes good. You see, it's so delicious. Bon appetit. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching Time Well Spent. Please try it at home and let me have a feedback on how you think it tastes. Bye-bye. Thank you. God bless you.
C'est la raison pour laquelle, Seigneur, je te loue. Oui, toi, mon Rédempteur.